Hey guys, welcome everyone to our stream. Hopefully this is going to work. It usually works for a few seconds and then Twitch just drops. So I don't know if they've gotten anything in to fix this. But there are many reports of outages on Twitch in the last hour or so. We're just gonna hope that it works. If it doesn't, then we'll have to back away and come back with our subscriber stream tomorrow night on Thursday. So we'll see if this functions or not. We'll have Twitch momentarily online, but it might drop out. So I just want you guys, if you online, I'm going to probably bag it for today, and we'll be back Thursday night with the subscriber stream. That's tomorrow, guys. Don't know what day it is. Thursday at 4:30. We're live now. We're live now for a minute, and it's still working. That might be a good sign. Let's see if I can even refresh the page and get it to load again. Very possible that Twitch has fixed their issues. It's very possible that they have not. It says live. That's a good sign. There's the live sign in the corner of the stream. 0 viewers. Of course we have 0 viewers because everybody left. Mellow Mood Dude is going live. It says I'm live with 15 viewers. So this is our third attempt. News. My stream is working. That says your rating, man. My stream functioning. Good news. So, what's up, guys? That's fantastic. Is that different from what you said the other day, that Yellow Dragoon? It's become 2287. Close. Close. I don't agree on paper that FIDE Master should be 2300 automatically. I think the old system. Not to take away from you, Yellow Dragoon, but I mean a lot of people have claimed the title with this newer rule. You know, I just think that it should be the old school. You know, you have to have, like, in my generation, you had to have 27 games over 2300. I think that's a lot more realistic. Because a lot of people, you're pretty legitimately strong, but I mean, a lot of people like kind of catapulted their rating up with like one big tournament or something like that, you know, very quickly. I don't think that the rating system should be working that way. But congratulations, Yellow Dragoon is up to 2287. That's awesome. So, yeah, I mean, I think that it should be they should make sure that people who do reach 2300 has to be like a stable, deserved rating. Because a lot of people, there's this one kid on one of my teams, he got FIDE Master, but he was basically like 2100 strength. You know, that happens. People are like 1800, they have a sudden jump, and then they get like overrated by 200 points. So essentially you have people who are 2100 strength like becoming FIDE Masters. Alright, Morwa, what's up? 5+3. I was supposed to play weird openings. So last game I attempted to play a weird opening. I played the French. Actually, I tried to play the Franco Bononi, but he wouldn't let me. So it became a French advanced variation, which is something that I typically don't play. That's the theme of our stream today, guys. Overrated. I'm just kidding, man. Overrated FIDE Masters. No, I'm just trolling you. Yellow Dragoon is legitimately strong, but he was talking about trying to achieve FIDE Master. And have y'all taken the 23andMe DNA test? No, I took the FIDE DNA test. They found part alien DNA. That's why I have green eyes. No, guys, we're gonna get started here with this game. I'm gonna play what am I gonna play? Something unusual here. My generation. I mean, like, I got cheated out of the FIDE Master title because back in the day, I achieved the requirement of 27 games over 2300. But the U.S. Chess Federation, for some reason, they decided they weren't going to apply for my title. So what ended up happening was I achieved the requirements, but nobody applied for my title. And then I went back under. Like, I dropped down to like 2250. So that kind of sucked. It took me like 2 years to get my rating back. You know, after having achieved it once, I had to achieve the requirement for FIDE Master twice. A3, H6. Okay, well, I'm first here. JCS says I played a 2198 FIDE rated FM last night. He wasn't very good. Well, I mean, there's one thing if you're like, you know, lifetime 2315 max and you eked out a FIDE master title or something like that, you know, and you got old and you went down to 2100. I mean, that's completely understandable. If like your maximum strength was 2315 or something, and you literally are older and you went down to 2100. But basically, you know, some people are get the FIDE master title without really deserving it. You know, any title, actually, we can apply the same thing to all titles. But since there are more people who are FIDE masters than IMs and GMs, it seems to be more serious of a problem. All right. Anyway, on to the next subject. What's up, guys? It's good that the stream is working. I want to thank Merrill Dixon for donating. Yeah, there's 1,500 FMs in Africa, right? I mean, that's because of zonal tournaments and these weird rules for awarding titles to, you know, regional zonal areas or whatever, you know. I mean, that's debatable as well. All right, so E3, D5. I'm playing more WoW. I have to remember I'm playing a fairly strong player here. I'm kind of not awake yet. Not awake because our stream got cut down 3 times by Twitch. This is my 3rd try. Applied for the FM title, WFM title. Nice job. I need a coffee, but I usually don't have my second coffee till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. At least. It's a little early for the second coffee. Then I'll be burned out later tonight. Guten Tag. That's about all the German that I know. Man, Marwa is playing very strangely here. Bishop D7. What a bizarre move. It's a really strange noise outside my window. What was that? I guess I just have to play A4 here. I hope they're not like cutting down trees again. I'm gonna lose my mind if they're doing it again, really. Some kind of helicopter airplane or something. Alright. My neighbors across the street were doing a lot of tree work, like on 3 different occasions. So my whole house feels like it's vibrating from some helicopter. Bishop D6 here. Occupy the E5 square. My guess is that they weren't extremely accurate. I mean, the wife got pretty much the exact ethnicity breakdown as I did. Lots of commercials about that stuff. Yeah, I'm skeptical. I mean, I'm a skeptic about everything, but I'm also skeptical of like giving your DNA out. You know, they're probably doing like scientific experiments with your DNA and somewhere in China right now. They're probably cloning animals using your DNA. F4, C takes B5. I'm just slightly paranoid. Alright, well, this is going to be a kind of sharp position now with the pawn structure imbalance going on here. I guess if I really wanted to be on the safe side, I could play knight takes D7 and like bishop takes B5, not giving him a passed pawn. Essentially he has the outside passed pawn here. Clash Kid, long time no see. What's up? We're gonna have a short stream today, guys, because we basically got the first hour of our stream cut off thanks to Twitch not being up. Knight E4 here. Man, Black is seriously regretting having played H6 right about now. Because it basically makes F6 impossible. Had you not played H6, I mean, F6 might be... It might almost be a possibility. Clash Kid with the orange badge. Yeah, that's the 50,000 cheer badge. You had that before, right? How did you lower the bitrate? Did you lower the bitrate? The stream is much smoother today. Well, I mean, we fixed this a couple streams ago, I guess. But, today we had another problem. The fact that Twitch was just down. Twitch itself went down. So many problems, so little time, basically. So I'm finally coming back to Europe. Well, hopefully. If things don't get messed up by something unexpected. I'm never, you know, gonna say, I don't want to jinx myself. I'm supposed to go back to Europe in 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. But, you know, you just can't be sure of anything. So he's got no knight on b8. You know, that's a very notable factor here. This is my blockader of the A pawn. Blockader knight. It's also a typical Queen's Indian motif. You know, knight a6 is always a problem in Queen's Indian. As Astrobate knows, the Owen defense. This is basically a Polish opening, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. St. George reversed. Bishop e8, of course. Alright, what are we going to do now? Because he's getting organized. Oh, guys, I didn't tell you I had a call from Donald Trump today. I was really happy about that. Maybe that troll from yesterday signed me up for some sort of robocalls. Alright, where is Bob anyway? Alright, I'm not gambiting the pawn any longer. My mom is sleeping in the other room. I feel like I'm going to go to sleep. Just watching her on the camera sleeping is making me go sleep. Why am I so sleepy at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Sleeping 6 hours a night just doesn't do it for me. I never get my beauty sleep anymore, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm getting old. I'm going to get old if I don't get my beauty sleep. Knight on bd7. So we got to go back to Europe Clash, kid. I can't live with sleeping 6 hours a night any longer. Hopefully I can get some help and get to the point where I can sleep more than 6 hours every day. Because that's just not cool. Alright, he's basically fighting for, you know, his share of the center here. Fighting for the e5 square, the battleground. He's got the bad bishop. My knight is kind of bad on the side of the board. Going to get old. I swear that's why that was a secret to me, staying young. Sleeping a lot. It's very deep. Deep scientific research has upheld my theory that sleeping a lot keeps you younger. What am I gonna do? Just choose moves at random when in doubt. How did I get so low on time? Well, the thing is, I sleep like a baby those 6 hours, but it's still not enough. Marwa seems suddenly inspired. Does anybody know what's going on here? He's excited by the time, the temptation of winning on time. Working out all the tactics here. Oh yeah. You got knight takes d5. Don't worry about it. It'll work. Don't worry, but don't calculate anything. It all works. That's sold. Sold. Oh. Oh no. Still not losing a piece, please. Declines draw. Okay, fair enough. I still have an extra pawn, right? No. This isn't fair. He took the advantage of the fact. He took advantage of the fact that I was sleepy in this game. Tried to flag me. He's pretty late, man. I mean, it's pretty late for him. He's in Europe. There's some sort of back rank trick there, right? Oh no. Man, alright. Good game. Just dropped a rook. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. Good game. Good game. No, I think I was okay, but I got panicked by the time. That's sort of stupid. But I guess I was never okay. You know, actually, I was never okay. So bishop e2 here. And he played that move. He didn't even need to play that move. This is actually a blunder. So he should have just played this. But I mean, that's not that clear. This actually was a brilliancy. In fact, this move here. No. Huh. So I have this. I have this 96. Damn it. Alright, good game, Orwa. Alright, Drake is up next. 6+3. Lichess shadow banned my account. Curious to see if I can still send challenges. What does that mean? You mean, shadow banned? You mean you can't chat or something? Play something unusual here within the Sicilian realm. I don't know why I became so sleepy so suddenly. Right in the middle of... Well, actually, in between starting the stream and since we had those 2 outages, I started to get really, really... Like, I can't stay awake. Felt it very bad during the last game. Alright, so I'm playing b6. Acerbate. It's a hybrid. The Chom variation. What is this called, I wonder? Chom Ishtvan. You got chat banned. Yeah, okay, well, that's not exactly, you know, a major deal. It happens. Everybody's, you know, I hate when I do that. I say you know too much. Actually, I hate it when other people do it. I really have to stop myself. So, yeah, is a lot better, but basically, I don't think chat banning, shadow ban, the shadow minister. I wouldn't feel too bad about getting chat banned. It happens. Behave yourself. Bishop d3. You seem so well-mannered in our stream here. I can't imagine it. This looks like a reasonable setup. Typically, like, bishop d3, not a great square. But maybe against something slow like a6, b6, and reinforcing the c4 is not a bad approach for white. Guys, welcome to my stream. We had some Twitch outages, so the stream is going to be short today. Congratulations to Morwa, who just tactically took me out as I was sleeping and falling on time. Last game, not quite myself here. It feels like an inferior Con Sicilian. This is kind of a weird move. I mean, I understand the move in principle, but but nothing wrong with it, I guess. We could just transpose to a problem situation, perhaps. 1775. Clash Kid has been shadow banned forever, right? If you're gonna call it shadow banned, it sounds cooler than I'm not allowed to chat. I'm chat banned. Shadow ban makes it sound like you did something mysterious and cool. The Chom variation. Chom, Kasam. When I was a little kid, when I first started playing in tournaments, I was in 7th grade. Not really a little kid, but I was probably like 11 years old. I won't say what year that was, but I remember in the chess informant, I used to study the games in the chess informant, and there was, of course, Chom Ishtvan was playing a lot in the 80s, so we were analyzing some game with a friend of mine, and it looks like, you know, CSOM. It's a typical Hungarian name, not that typical actually, but the combination of CS is a very, very distinct Hungarian thing, and it's pronounced ch. So no American has a clue how you're supposed to pronounce that, you know. So when we saw this name, Chom, I mean, try to pronounce that from the perspective of like an American. I mean, it's ridiculous. We were like Kasam. All right, what are we doing here? Knight A4. I thought you would play earlier. In fact, I think you missed the best window for that move. He's gonna stick the knight on B6. That's normal. Wow. Crazy. Hyper positional. Not really like a typical Sicilian situation. He's not attacking me on the king side. They should be happy there's people playing chess on their server. Well, C4. That was a surprise. I expected A4. Interesting. This move may be even stronger. It is different, though. Maybe it's not stronger because, I mean, at the end of the day, he can't support it with C5. Whereas A5, you can actually support the knight. Alright. There is an important difference there. But that's the point. You could play A5 now if you had played A4. Not an option here. Knight is in danger. It's not that hard to behave yourself. Easy coming from JCS, who has good behavior. Well, JCS, if you had, you know, behavior problems, obviously it wouldn't be as easy for you, but you don't. All right, what is up here? You recently learned the 95 Caruana line in the Sveshnikov. Oh. It's fun to play with A4 and A5. So, right. I mean, that variation, it's funny. Like, he's going to bring back into popularity, but it's basically as old as the hills. I don't think that most people were ever that impressed with it. Has he introduced a lot of new ideas there? But it's certainly nice to play something different than just the classical mainline Sveshnikov with bishop g5. Another interesting line that's sometimes forgotten is, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Another interesting line that's sometimes forgotten, I was trying to say, is the A4 against the Sveshnikov. So let's be careful here. Rook b5, bishop b5, bishop b5, rook a8 check, bishop d8, and then like rook a7. I guess I could have taken with the bishop. I mean, maybe that makes me a risk taker. Now, I mean, king d7 is definitely a last resort at this point. Three pieces for a queen. Anybody? It's very likely could happen. Not so easy though. And what's he gonna play? Queen b3, queen c6. Looks fine. I mean, his only active moves are queen b3 and rook a7. Plus his rook is hanging, so actually queen b3 is not an option. I thought maybe queen b3 was an option though, because of bishop e6. Then I'm sacking the queen though, right? But I'm not sure this even works. Like, what's happening here? I'm sorry. Bishop takes f1. Bishop e6. Castles. That's three pieces for the queen. That's what I was talking about, right? Bishop takes f1, bishop e6. What am I going to play? Castles. Bishop takes c7. Bishop takes c7. King takes f1. I have a bishop knight. What am I talking about? Bishop takes f1, bishop e6. I'm being sort of crazy. What if I play queen c4? Is that just over? I mean, queen c4 threatens mate in one. But he has tricks of some sort. I can't just castle. What's wrong with queen c6 again? Queen c6. Maybe that's the simplest solution here. That's attacking one rook, two rooks. T Dark recommended queen c4. At this point I have two pieces for a rook. Pretty clean. And white doesn't have any apparent threats. So even despite my sleepiness, I should be able to pull this out. Creative play by white. Andromeda 3, thanks for subscribing and being a supporter of the stream. Yeah, you mentioned something. This is why you can't listen to streamers during a game with them. Well, I also will purposely say deceptive things if I think people are really like trying to exploit that to their advantage. At this point, white is just making moves. Yeah, it's hard to do consultation games. And it's kind of like doing a consultation game when you're listening to the other guy talking about the game. Clash Kid is up next. One of our longtime subscribers and the guy who's supported the stream a lot. Thank you so much for your help, man. Andromeda, Dim, and Ludwig this week supporting the stream, amongst others. Orlova Chess did a raid yesterday. And we had a donation from her, Fishrat Cal El Columbio, Earl Dixon, Rufus Doofus. Thank you guys. What do we got for viewers right now? Unusual opening stream today. Right at the moment, 26 viewers. We started a very bad day today. Twitch was crashing twice. Not just us, though. Just barely touched that bishop and jumped forward. I know the feeling, Chess Drake. So c4 against my a6. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just transpose to some kind of weird Sicilian here. Where else is a6 going to make sense? Maybe in a modern King's Indian? It might be useful in a modern or King's Indian type scenario to try to play for b5. a6 typically played against, you know, modern where white doesn't play c4 fairly early. I think it might not be bad here. Maybe c6, b5 type of plans. Maybe a knight c6 type of plan. There'll always be mouse slips. I have a good score with a6. I've played it like 6 times and over the board games against masters. I have a very good score. I've beaten like 2 or 3 WGMs with it. I have a loss against one good player, and I don't know if maybe a draw or 2. But I like the St. George. I like it better than the Owen defense. Asterbait will take issue with that, probably. Alright guys, I'm only streaming till about 2:40 today. Not the full 2.5 hours. Tomorrow we'll be back with our subscriber stream. That's at 4:30 Eastern Time. And as I said to Clash Kid earlier, I will be trying to get back to Europe, so my stream times will probably shift quite a bit when I get set up over there in mid to late February. About 3 weeks from now, I'm moving, hopefully moving back to Hungary, and we'll set up a new schedule. I'm not really sure exactly how it's going to be, depending on life. Okay, so basically we just played a classical King's Indian here with c6 and a6, which is something that I typically never really did. But the pawn structure is pretty easy to play. This is used in a lot of other setups, so the a4, a5 is like an automatic kind of thing. I have very good control of b4, but he doesn't have the corresponding absolute control of b5. Yeah, I had a touch move dispute once where my opponent said I adjusted a piece, but I said adjust very, very quietly. And the tournament director sided with me, but at the end of the day, it was funny because my opponent was listening to music. At that time, it was allowed still to, this was like over 10 years ago, it was still allowed to listen to like music while you play, and this is like a US Open. So I said Jadoob really quietly, and he didn't hear it, but he was listening to his headset, you know. And probably, I don't know what would have happened if it had been my word against his, but the tournament director was like, look, he's listening to music, how can he hear you? So basically he had no way to even like try to claim it was a touch move. Deliberately copying a whole game. That doesn't happen too commonly. Alright guys, Thanks for subscribing. In my club game yesterday, this is HT. Club game yesterday, the game on the board next to me was identical for the first 12 moves. Was it okay for me to look at the other game for ideas? Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing that happens sometimes with demonstration boards, too. Like, I mean, of course, there are probably stories about that sort of thing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like free information. It's a funny situation. It doesn't come up very often, but nobody can prevent you from copying their moves. Wasn't there a GM who went into the restroom, played all the best line? I don't know, Astrobate. I don't know any exact stories, but I'm sure that it's happened. So I like our position. It's a little bit passive, but by playing d5, it does liberate my bishop on the long diagonal. He has some weaknesses on the dark squares. And he doesn't really have any kingside attack, per se. I think he has to play really well here to prove anything. Whoa. Okay, I mean, this is just a sacrifice of a pawn, basically. Pawnda. I think he just decided I'm going to sack a pawn. If I'm going to get some attack, even if I have to just sacrifice a pawn. So bishop takes g7. Well, yeah. I mean, this structurally looks better. I could take with the pawn, though. I mean, it is a luxury having an extra pawn. Kind of a nice luxury. Interesting pawn sacrifice, Clash Kid. I don't think I would have thought of that, you know? I mean, it seems like a kind of desperate thing to do. There's nothing that wrong with your position that you have to go to the extreme of sacrificing a pawn. But, I mean, it might be, if you really want to win, it might be one of the best ways to try to win. I mean, very uncompromising. It's one of the best ways to win and also one of the best ways to lose. Essentially, for Clash Kid here. Sacrificing a pawn to try to get some kind of initiative going. I mean, probably a computer wouldn't buy it, but Toilet Gate scandal with Topalov and Kremnik, I mean, that seemed completely made up to me. I mean, honestly, it just seemed completely made up. That was all like Topalov's so-called manager felt like he was just trying to create scandals. Create chaos, basically. Any way he could. Good old, what was it? Danilov. Silvio Danilov. He'll always be remembered in the annals of chess history as the instigator of Toilet Gate. He would have been doing better, like in politics or something, you know. He was in the wrong field. So definitely should be like a campaign advisor. He would fit right in with those guys. Chess politicians. Well, I don't know if it's Topalov's fault. I mean, I didn't really ever hear anything about him personally that's bad. It's his buddy. But I think the guy, you know, Danilov or whatever, had been an influence on him since he was younger. I mean, one of those people who attaches himself to other people, like a kind of, what is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about. Animals that attach to others. Like those little fish on the sharks. Okay, guys. Congratulations for the win today with Marwa. Parasites. That's it. Not a word that's on the tip of my tongue every day. How many challenges do I have? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Ludwig. I will take the subscribers first. So actually, I've got to play BBSD. If you want to challenge me, I'll take your challenge ahead of those non-subscribers. Clash Kid basing all of his play on these little tricky little tactics. Another tactical solution now. Knight E2. I think basically we have to go home. E5? Does E5 work? You know, E5 is kind of interesting. He's coming back. That's not what I anticipated for sure. Back again. He's only one pawn down. It's a doubled pawn, right? Of course, I could always just give up my bishop if necessary. Really good control of the D5 square here for white. Like, this is some serious domination of D5. You need medical advice. Well, I need medical advice too. I'm gonna do like a lawsuit against this hand sanitizer company. I have like a little scratch on my hand, and when I put hand sanitizer on it, it like burned it real bad. I'm looking for a class action lawsuit if anybody wants to get on board. I didn't know that hand sanitizer could like burn the flesh off your hand. Alright, let's see. G3. I'm getting a little bit worried about this. I guess I can play E6. If he plays D6, I play Bishop D4. That's nice. Nice. Pressure on the center. You had food poisoning for almost 3 days. Oh man, that's brutal. That's a long time. You've had food poisoning for 3 days? Damn, man. I've had poisoning, like food poisoning, it lasted like 2 days. But 3 days? Oh my god, man. Are you sure it's food poisoning? Seems like it should be done by that point. That's pretty scary. Bad medical advice. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's what he's looking for. This was my deep plan here. How many pawns am I up? Not enough. That's the answer. Now which pawn does he take? Rook E1 doesn't do anything. Damn it. Feels like there should be something out there. All I'm doing is like improving his king position with this move. Stop playing so well, man. You're driving me crazy. He's probably saying the same thing about me. Ludwig AC, thanks for the 25-bit donation. We're going to be streaming for like another 35 minutes. The last time I had food poisoning, it was really, really bad, but I was basically okay after 2 days. Bob, you can't drink or anything? I mean, you can't keep anything down, because that's the turning point. But you're going to get dehydrated. I mean, I would definitely go to a like emergency medical place after like 3 days. BBSD. You should be able to at least like drink something. If you can't drink something, I would definitely go to a doctor, or I wouldn't call 911. Well, it depends if you have health insurance or not. If you have health insurance, I would call 911 because they'll pay for it. But if not, then you might want to have a friend take you to the doctor. Let's see. BBSD. The Tal Gambit. Yeah, the last time I got food poisoning was from a tuna fish sandwich at the Hilton Hotel. Never order or never buy, pre-packaged fish anything sandwiches. I think it's a bad idea. Bishop C4. It was odd because funny because I didn't really eat that kind of thing very often. Kind of was punished. Bishop C4. This is a very rare move. Totally acerbate style. Yeah, I mean, there could be other things, like Wolfsing said. It could be some kind of giardia or some sort of bacteria. There are obviously, it doesn't have to be food poisoning. It could be, I mean, food poisoning basically is bacteria, I guess, but could be something not necessarily from food. That's the question. Anyways, D3. All right. Well, I like my game now. I mean, I achieved D5. I freed my position. And F4 doesn't seem, very good necessarily. Big deal. Clash Kid, I'm sorry you have to go, man. Take care. We will be going back to Europe in a couple weeks. Tomorrow night is my subscriber stream, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys want to join me, if you are a subscriber to the stream, you can submit games to my account here, Sparkle Horse on lichess, and I analyze 10 to 12 games usually in the course of a stream on Thursday nights. I mean, this basically just looks like a really good Aliakin for black. Even bishop f5 looks strong. How is he going to deal with this? Now, I thought about knight b6, but if knight b6, bishop b3, bishop f5, bishop c2. But if I do it this way, it doesn't make a difference. No, maybe it doesn't make a difference, actually. He could just play like bishop b3, bishop c2. But I'm saving time there. I'm not retreating my knight away. If he plays bishop b3 here, I have other options. Queen d6, rook d8, something like that. I think bishop f5 is even better. Horse poop. I don't know, Chess Drake. It's getting a little too specific for me. We better call in the moderator. We're going to have to draw some lines in the sand here. In-depth discussions of stomach illnesses. We're gonna have to have some limits. Queen d6, yes. It would make sense if horse caca smelled better, right? Because they eat, horses are any kind of animals that are vegetarians, essentially. Anything like that. It's not going to be as bad. Libby said, I will submit a game against the title player. Oh, nice. Alright. So what's this? 95? Wait. I don't understand. He's sacrificing a pawn. I love pawns. The more the merrier. His queenside's still at home. Home base. Guys, I'm streaming for 25 to 30 minutes. So we have time for a couple more games. Bob's like, anyone live here in Chicago? Anyone here live in Chicago? Alright, that's important. Anyone live here in Chicago or anyone here live in Chicago? So there's really cold weather in the US now. If you guys are from Europe or anything like that, we have a very, very bad cold weather, sudden, drastically cold weather in the US of A, in the Midwest area. There's something weird about moving my knight away from d5. There's something very strange about that. I'll do it. This is so materialistic. Andromeda says he's from Northwest Indiana, he or she. 30 minutes away from Chicago. I had a master friend from Indiana. Nick Adams. I haven't seen him in a long time. He was living in Budapest as well. I haven't seen this guy forever. That's just one pawn for me. 2 pawns. So Chicago's supposed to be brutally cold. The wind chill factor is supposed to be like -60 or something. Incredible. Well, where I'm at on the East Coast, but Bob, you're from the East Coast as well. Different part, though. So, it's not supposed to get that cold. But colder than usual. Some places are getting unseasonably cold weather, like Atlanta, Georgia, where the Super Bowl will be on Sunday. Antarctic temperatures, supposedly. So BBSD really, let's keep it complicated. I don't want to let you trade too much. Patriots. I just feel like it's funny that I came home. I'm usually living in Hungary except for the summer, and I came home and the Patriots are in the Super Bowl and the Red Sox won the World Series. It's funny. The other funny thing that happened to me was I was a Red Sox fan, and the Boston immediately won the World Series when I moved to Hungary in 2004. Okay, King F2. So BBSD just really likes defending like a genius in worse positions. Someone on sound said alternate universe. I'm not sure what he meant. Oh. Alright, B5, fixing the pawn on a white square. That could become a... Well, that's double-edged, because he also fixes my pawns on the dark squares. The dark side. Maximum king. The BK Big King. Hungarian Burger Kings are actually better than American ones. The one near where I live here in the US is so bad. Like, it's so bad, like I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy. I can't even believe they even stay in business. So BBST just found this crushing move C4 to totally resurrect his whole position. Absolute resurrection of position. Everything's subtly working. Man, what am I gonna do? I'm paralyzed. I'm basically sacrificing this pawn now. That's a disaster, man. That is ridiculous. G5? A creative solution. Creative move deserves a creative solution. I saw C4. I was just kind of holding my breath, hoping he wouldn't see it, you know. But we're 2 pawns up. So we have 1 to spare. Basically. But his technique is excellent. You don't run into too many people who are 1900 and they're better at the endgame. But he's played the endgame really well here. So I'm not even certain that I mean, this pawn is so strong. My king is good, but the pawn is just going to kill me. So I'm basically in full retreat here. I would definitely sack the exchange. Takes, d7, takes with check. That looks super, actually. Super duper. Alright, well, I'm willing to give you a rook. Which one do you want? Do you have a favorite? Do you have a preference for which rook you get here? I have 3 pawns for the exchange, and there are 2 connectors coming down. So, I mean, I find this hard to believe that white is okay now. The mega bishop. Just create as many pass pawns as you can, basically. Here's an extra one. The big, big king. Big bacon. Probably 2 is enough. He just resigned. He had enough. Alright. So the bishop can be good too. He did a good job though of hanging on in a tough game. Alright, Ludwig is next. So we have time for 2 last games. This is it. This is it. The 2 last games for the day today. Unusual opening stream. A little bit cut short by Twitch, guys. I'm afraid that our stream just couldn't get it up in the beginning. What are we gonna do? Sometimes I play this just for fun. I never played this in a tournament game, but what the heck. G6 is best. That's what I do. Man, queen e2 might not work well with a3 though. It just occurred to me. This is basically just a form of closed Sicilian, essentially. So someone on sound, you wouldn't see the exchange sack? Experience. Just a matter of experience. These sort of situations arise fairly often where you can give back. Yeah, I mean, in this case, well, I wasn't really giving back. I sort of just lost it back, but it's weird that he played g6 and then e6 and then chose to put the knight on f6 because it would almost always be better on e7 behind the skeleton of the pawn chain, essentially. I like living in Europe. It's much different than the United States, stylistically. I mean, people ask me which I like better. That's hard to say. I mean, I appreciate things about both. I like going back and forth, you know. It's kind of cool. I don't really like the region where I'm at in the United States right now. It's pretty isolated. I'd rather live in the city in Boston, where I used to live. Boston is so freaking expensive. Unfortunately, very difficult to stay there. No, Bob, I would go to Spain. It depends on your priorities. Neither. My answer is neither, Bob. Try Spain. Queen d2. Alright, what are we going to do here? I like this approach. Bishop b7, bishop g7. But again, the knight would be better there. What's this about? So Ludwig just blundered. He seems like a talented player, but that's why he's 1593. He's making like one move oversights. It takes a while to get past that. My whole game is basically trying to keep some pressure on that pawn. And even if he achieves d5, I would try to just fight for that square, fight for the white squares along this diagonal. Personally, I hate playing d5 in closed Sicilians. Just lost here. Alright guys, we have time for another game after this one. I'd love to play for mate, but not that easy to do it. I mean, I'm just going to be practical here. It's kind of lame, but I'm up a piece and I want to try to... He's going all out. Knight f4. I hope my bishop has a place to retreat to. I'm getting a little fancy here. Please don't knock out my knight off of f4. h6. Wow, there's some just brutal moves like rook e6. Rook e6 looks fun. Knight e6. Knight e6, not a good idea. Not a good idea. You know what? All business, no fun. Oh, someone on sound dines with celebrities. That's cool. Now we're ready to go with the 96 type tricks. I'm not sure it actually works here. He could just take on e7. Oh man, he's asking for it now. He's asking for it. We're playing with our food at this point. In the spirit of talking about dining with Penelope Cruz, playing with your food. Knight takes g6, queen h6, bishop on there. I mean, this is just devastating. Perfect piece placement. Guys, we have time for one more game. I'm gonna play I guess Wolfsing or Testosterone. Looks like Testosterone showed up. One of our subscribers, Turkey Farm. I haven't seen the turkeys. Where do they go when it's like cold weather, man? Turkey Farm, where do turkeys go when it's 50 degrees below? Wild turkeys. Uh-oh. King h7. Just no mates. The fuchsia. I want to say fuchsia. How do you say? That's a word I can't spell. Bishop takes f7. I haven't seen the turkeys, man. They must really like go into hibernation or something. Yeah, I need another piece attacking h6 or something. It's hard to finish black off. We finally got up to 44 viewers today. Everyone pronounces my name differently. Stop caring. That's kind of how I am with my family name. My parents and I just gave up on people trying to pronounce it, so we'd go to a restaurant and be like, whatever, Pascal. Pasquale. I was somewhere last week and they called it Pasquale, Mr. Pasquale. Like, how do you get Pasquale? Like, how it's not even close, you know? All right, next game. Okay, Ludwig lost his d5 point, and that's the most important square in the Sicilian. Paschall. Well, that's the Hungarian. That's the Hungarian pronunciation. The European Hungarian style. I kind of do something in between. But it doesn't matter. Like, just what the Fuchsia said. It doesn't matter. I gave up caring a long time ago. Sladgie or Sladgie. Sladgie. Let's play a Nimzo. But something weird, okay? What's a really offbeat move against the Nimzo? What can we do? Bid you adieu. There really are no offbeat moves against the Nimzo. That's the problem. Like, you could just sack a pawn with g4. Every move that's decent has been tried, and there isn't an offbeat line. But let's play bishop d2. This is played by Aliekin, played by Capablanca. It was played by Grandu Zuniga now in modern times. Just something fun. Yeah, knight h3 was suggested. Well, I bet that's been tried by some 1200s. You know, so if you look in ChessBase or some commercial database, you'll probably find that move. It's just too bad, though. So I like, what was it I was thinking about here? Yeah, not this position. Something else. Can't remember what I was thinking about now. Some variation where I could sack the e4 pawn with e4. But I can't remember what it was for the life of me. One of these lines I can actually play. Oh, I know what it was. Maybe on bishop d2. Okay. So if b6, you can play e4, bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, knight takes e4, queen g4, and then go for the g7 pawn like in a winnower or something like that. It had to be against b6. I mean, a lot of times when I play this for black, people just kind of transpose to some kind of quiet, classical variation with queen c2. Well, I think the blitz is a different thing than long time controls. Basically a different animal. Now we're going back into a main line, essentially, which I played for black. Not really a main line, but we're definitely not in a weird opening here. Unusual openings. I tend to play stuff that I don't normally play. But technically this is a line I've played with both colors. More so with black than with white, though. I think I lost with white against Humpy Konaru once. And I played it quite... With white, I lost to her in this line. And I played quite a few games with black. This so-called... What is it like? Now I can't remember what they call it. Taimanov variation? Or... Not even sure what its name is, anyway. But let's play for fun. Let's play Castles Queenside. Just something kind of crazy. This is not typical. It's our last game for today, so I'm gonna have some fun with it. But I would not tend to play this move if this was a serious game. I would recommend something safe like a3 or e3. Maybe d5 is even a move. g4. Queen e7 is very, very solid for black. Maybe I should go bishop g5 now. But then he can take on c3 and play knight e4. Simplifying combination. Like bishop g5, bishop takes c3, queen c3, knight e4. Bishop e7, knight c3. Bishop f8, knight takes d1. King d1, king f8, and black is fine. For example, massive exchanges. The reverse Grunfeld, yeah, that's one of my favorite things, Fuchsia. That's something I never played in tournament games, but I became really fond of playing it in Blitz. Great opening. Much more fun with an extra tempo. Okay, alright guys. Anyways, for lack of a better move, I'm going to play a3. Now you can sack a piece with a5. Probably not sound, but you always have to keep your eyes open. Ludwig, take care. Thanks for joining us for the stream, and thanks for subscribing. Guys, I upload all the streams to my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. This one's going to be a little cut off because we had to restart the stream 3 times, or restart the stream twice due to Twitch being down. So I'll probably just cut out the first part and just do the... But I will add that to Video Chess Training on YouTube. Please like my YouTube channel and subscribe. Also, I'd like to thank you guys for supporting the stream. Tomorrow we're going to be doing our subscriber stream when I sort of ask people to submit games to my lichess account here. We go over them together, 10 or 12 games from various subscribers. So tune in for that. Now e4, this probably transposes to theory actually. I think I've probably had this game after with black, like e4. Maybe there's just a Grandmaster game I've seen. I probably had this position with black, like e4, e5, d5, knight d4, knight d4, pawn d4, bishop d4. So there I could take with a rook, even, but then knight takes e4. So I swear I've probably had this for black. I keep looking for like g4, but I don't think that's gonna fly. This is my last game today. I think. Wolfsing, poor Wolfsing is like waiting. Testosterone. I don't know if I'm supposed to be castled long in these types of positions. Well, I guess I just take, and I take with the bishop on d4. So this is very passive. I understand that it might come back to life on f7. But I think he should have gone for knight d4 there, which I've used myself quite a bit. So I'm supposed to have a pretty big advantage here, theoretically. Once he misses the boat, he can't get on the boat again. He missed the bus. Bob, I take no responsibility for random people who live in another country, like the same country that I do. Terza was always totally normal with me, but I don't take responsibility for him. I can't wait to find out what happened though. He's kind of weird, but I never heard any, problems with him. Reruns and damn top games to classical music. Dude's weird, man. I mean, what can I say? He's weird. I thought... yeah, well, anyway, whatever. That's the guy, I guess. I don't really know him. All I know is I played like 5 times with him. We have about an even score. He always was a good sport. That's all I know. Testosterone staking out the queen side for the knight fianchetto. Classic fianchetto knight coming our way. Actually, he should probably play a4 there. I should have stopped it in the first place. I was negligent, in letting him play a4 probably. Classic fianchetto knight. Where's my counterplay here? Testosterone is so going with the flow with this. Wolfsing, thanks for just joining us. Absolutely. Maybe next time. But Wolfsing, I will say that Friday I play all challengers, not just the subscribers first. So if you want to tune in the same stream on Friday, I will take you in order of the players. So to give people a chance like you, so it's not always just the subscribers. Friday stream open challenges. Well, that's why I don't put streams to music, Bob, because I feel like music is very personal. It's personal to me, and everybody has different opinions about music, so I wouldn't want to like do that. All right, so knight d7 looks like a mistake. I actually thought he should play bishop d7 and be prepared to park his knight on a4. And then all of a sudden, I'm basically frozen. And I thought that black would have chances to break with b5. So this is a passive plan by Testosterone. He should play bishop d7, parking space on a4. You're playing like rook eb8, and maybe breaking with b5 with counterplay. And I think the position might not be that bad, but this looks a little bit problematic. Wow, he's just sacking a pawn for absolutely nothing. Speculation station. Am I the longest time control I accept? 7+3. I don't know. I chose these time controls kind of at random, but I've been doing it forever. I just basically decided he just sacked his whole house. Here, have the whole house. Yeah, 7+3. Not a very common time control. Mostly I listen to like indie, alternative rock type of music. But I'm open to most things. I appreciate classical music, jazz, blues, classical, I said that already. Alternative, electronic music. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But I don't really like country. Some country, like Johnny Cash, I like. Very little, though, in the realm of country music. Classic rock, even. Kind of was overdosed on that when I was growing up. Even rap. I like old school rap. Kind of not into hip hop that much, but I can appreciate it. For example. Very wide variety of music that I appreciate. Metal. I kind of hate like cheesy, big hair metal. But I mean, maybe some. What did I do here? Maybe some specific. I just blundered upon that. That's kind of important. The definition of metal is kind of vague too. I listen to Kiss now. I might appreciate certain metal bands. And what is Tool classified as? Gladys Troll. I like some, like noise rock. I said something that sounded like the A word. Amy. All right. The Melvins, for example. Are the Melvins considered metal? Like, they would be alternative rock? Or... I was supposed to go to a Melvins concert in Budapest, and they, like, bailed, and they didn't play the show last year. That really sucked. I was pretty bummed about that. Alright. King Buzzo. What's testosterone doing here? Oh man, I don't like the way this went down. Hold on a second. What happened? I let this get out of control, guys. The queenside pawns should be worth something, shouldn't they? Apparently not. Anyway, guys, I have to go. Got a little distracted in the last game, kind of mentally fried here. It was kind of a bad day because I couldn't get the stream started with Twitch acting up. Black might actually be okay here, despite this scary pawn formation. Now it's like ops-colored bishops. A complete mess, in other words. Very, very problematic. Absolutely unclear position. I don't even have a count on the material. It's 5 pawns against 4. Alright, man. What am I gonna do? Stay as active as possible. Right. And now my bishop is alive. It lives, sort of. But it lives to save my pawn anyway. Whatever that's worth. Tricky position for both sides. But Testosterone gooing. He's doing a great job. Oh, this was a mistake though. You let me trade queens. Where's move 11? He's making fun of me for trading queens all the time. Yet another case. This looks like an awfully good position now. I mean, you trade the queens, it's like night and day. He's blockaded. Mine is on the 7th rank. Plus I have the pawns on the other side. If you take the queens off, the dynamism of the opposite color bishops kind of fizzles out. And suddenly I have a good king. I'm probably on the verge of winning now. You know, essentially with what are basically two passed pawns on the 7th rank. Bad blunder to trade queens. No, this looks like a massive advantage for white. Maybe winning. Even though I'm only technically up 1 pawn. It looks, yeah, +3 according to the engine. So if he doesn't trade queens though, let's go back a move. A move or two. Here. He played e4. I'm not sure that's necessarily good. So the advantage is like +1 point something for white. He's in the game here, but he lost control of the position. So I will see you guys later. Wednesday, it's Thursday stream tomorrow, so it's going to be subscriber stream on Thursday, 4:30 Eastern time. Please check out my streams on my replays on YouTube, Video Chess Training on YouTube. You guys can also support the stream with a donation via PayPal or on the Panda GIF on Twitch. There, you can click on the Panda GIF down on the Twitch page and make a donation on the streaming part of the site. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Sorry for the short stream, but Twitch didn't cooperate. So we will see you guys for the full stream tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern time. Thanks to you, JCS, for being our moderator and doing a great job. And Dim, thanks again for another 100 bits. Anyway, guys, it was my pleasure. Again, see you tomorrow night. And in a few weeks, I'll be relocating back to Europe. So the stream is going to hang in there. The stream is going to change times, basically. I don't know the exact schedule yet. See if I can just get over there in the first place. Take care, everyone. Thanks for playing. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.